Hey everybody, this is Amy. So today's the day that I'm going to talk about the big day, D-Day, the day that I got my teeth out. So that was April 11th. And I just wanted to kind of go over what that day was like when I got my teeth out in case you are considering doing the same. I had 21 teeth pulled in one day. I only had 21 because I had 3 that had already been, 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top that had already been pulled out from previous teeth problems. And so it was 21 teeth that I had pulled in one day. I could have gone uppers on one day, lowers on another day, but it was advised to me that you get them all in one day because you have one healing period, not 2. So I decided to go with that. Now that I look back, I don't know that it would have really made a difference. I'm kind of glad that the healing part is over now and I'm not having to go through another healing period. Excuse me. So here's what it was like. First of all, I highly recommend having someone pick you up. I live right across the street from the dentist. My dentist is right there. I don't know if you can see that. That's my dentist's office out my window. I walked across the street to go to the dentist, but I did have someone wait for me and pick me up, and I'm very glad that I did. Because when I got out of there, I was kind of a mess. And I'll tell you what that was like. First of all, the process, I would highly recommend you get put under. I did not get put under. My insurance didn't pay for that, and I didn't have the money for that. So I just was there. I have a very, very good dentist. Smile Creations here in Woodbury, Tennessee is awesome. They were great with me. I did pay extra and get nitrous oxide, which I highly recommend. It made the whole process, I was just kind of sleepy, throughout the whole thing, and it made it so much nicer. So I recommend that. It was like $56 for me, I think. Well worth the money. The second thing I recommend is to know your dentist. My dentist is awesome, and he was very, very sweet to me and nice when I was getting it pulled, and kept encouraging me and telling me I'm doing great. And the whole time, I'm kind of miserable, but he was encouraging me, and the nurses, the dental hygienist, staff, whatever you want to call them, they were great too. So know and like your dentist. I think that's really important. As far as once I got all the teeth pulled out, then they immediately put the dentures in. Like I said in my last video, I got immediate dentures. So they put the dentures in and gauze and everything. And my face was huge. And when I walked out to my friend, she said she was, it was like, wow, because my face was big, and I was drooling, and I wasn't just drooling spit, I was drooling blood. So I kept having blood, and spit drip down my face. Not attractive. Don't make plans for a couple of days at least when you're getting multiple teeth pulled out. It's traumatic. My friend said she likened it to getting an amputation, except I got 21 amputations in one day. So you think about that. Don't make plans. Don't expect to be able to go out. You've lost a lot of blood, and you're going to be sore. You're going to be cranky. You're not going to be able to eat. Just do yourself a favor and take a few days off. If you work or whatever. I don't work, so it's a little easier for me, but just don't make any plans. They tell you when you have immediate dentures to leave your dentures in. I recommend that to a point. The first day, I wouldn't take them out at all. I did not take them out. I didn't take them out until 2 days later, which I wish, looking back, I wish I had taken them out the next day, even for just a minute, to rinse and put them back in. Most people won't tell you this, but when you do take them out the first time, the blood, the plasma, the whatever you want to call it, the spit, whatever you've been drinking or trying to eat in some form or fashion, is up there in that top denture, and it is nasty when you take it out. It smells bad. I mean, blood is dried in there. It's gross. I'm not going to lie to you. It is gross. And so be prepared. You know, you might get sick, or you might think about getting sick when you take it out. It's really disgusting. So the longer you go before you take it out, the worse that is. But don't make a mistake and take it out and then be like, oh, my mouth hurts, you know, and don't put them back in. Put them back in. Rinse it out. Bill Westland, I think I got his name right this time. His YouTube video, he recommends taking some warm water and rinsing, like swishing around in your mouth on the upper denture before you take them out. You just be careful spitting because of dry sockets. Don't spit. Just kind of let it fall out of your mouth. That really is a good advice. I wish I had gotten that before, because that would have helped tremendously with that whole gagging thing, because of how bad it is nasty when you take it out. It's gross. Whenever you take a drink of anything other than water, take a drink of water afterwards and kind of swish it around in your mouth a little bit. That will help a lot. Make sure you're prepared, or have someone will go to the store for you, or both. Have plenty of protein drinks, and like even Slim Fast or something like that, that you can get your nutrition in. It's super important to stay, you know, I can't think of the word, to stay hydrated, and it's super important to make sure you're getting nutrition in. Just remember, no straw, no straw. They told me with my immediate dentures that I could use a straw. I got a dry socket on the top, just one. But there was some, I'll tell you about that in a minute. There was some reasons why I might have gotten that dry socket. But still, if you do use a straw, make sure you have your upper dentures in, and it's probably best if you just don't use a straw at all. It's especially hard when you, the first day when you're drooling and everything, to not use one, because it's hard to take a drink when your mouth is still numb. My mouth stayed numb. I got mine done at 8:30 in the morning, or 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday the 11th, and I was still numb that night because you got so many shots. So anyway, have plenty of protein drinks, the drinkable soup, things like that, Gatorade, whatever's going to keep you hydrated. I love iced coffee, so I made a pitcher of iced coffee that I drank. Only thing about that is the milky stuff in it was a little thicker, so I think that might have made the stuff in my mouth a little, like the plasma and blood and stuff, a little yuckier, so keep that in mind. Sleep with your teeth in, at least for the first week. You know, sleep with them in. Take them out at other times to rest for a second, but put them back in and sleep with them, because during that time when you're sleeping, you get adjusted to having them in. The only reason I'm at 2 weeks today, it's been 2 weeks today since I got them out. The only reason why it's easier for me to talk so well is because I kept them in almost constantly. The third or fourth day, I think, I took them out and left them out for about 2 hours, and I could barely get them back in because of the swelling. So, but we'll talk more about that later when I talk about a few days after. That'll be my next video. So, the only other thing I wanted to tell you is, I don't know how common this is, but when they pulled out this tooth right here on the top, It's the tooth that is right below your sinus cavity. They actually perforated my sinus cavity, or my roots perforated them or something. And my sinus cavity is now exposed. It's a pinprick hole, but if it doesn't close up on its own, I will have to have surgery. So that was a complication I did not expect. So yeah, be aware that can happen. And that is also incidentally the tooth I got the dry socket in. So go figure. I think it's healing up now. I did have a lot of sinus drainage and a lot of like whistling kind of thing when I blew my nose. So if you get anything like that, talk to your dentist. And that's my last point that I wanted to make today. Talk to your dentist. I have been in to see my dentist probably 10 times in the last 2 weeks. Gone back in to make adjustments, and I'll talk about that in a future video too. But anyway, oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you. Don't let anybody tell you about your teeth. Get your teeth the way you want them. You know, I wanted my teeth to look just like my other teeth, including this little gap right here. I did get the bottom a little bit straighter. I got them wider than white, as you can tell. I'm happy I did it. I like them white. And I like them to look like my natural teeth. Sorry, it's still hard to talk. Look like my natural teeth. But anyway, that's all I have for today. The main thing I wanted to stress to you to go over once again is be prepared to get your teeth out. Be prepared for all the things you're going to need. Be prepared to be in a lot of pain. It hurts. And be prepared to have things at home that you can eat and drink, because I'm telling you right now, if you're anything like me, you're not going to be able to eat and drink much. I'm still not eating and drinking much. And when I do eat, I feel like I pay for it. So it's really hard. And it'd be worth it. I mean, I'm happy with my smile, but I'm still struggling with eating and different things. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. Give me a thumbs up, please, if you like my video and you want to see more videos. And subscribe if you want to be notified. When you click the little red subscribe button, there's a little bell beside it. If you click the bell, you'll be notified when I put up future videos. Thanks for putting up with my newbiness, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.